Hey there guys, welcome back, Ricky here. As you guys know, I am on a never-ending quest to make strops. If you recall, my very first strop that I made here on my channel is a 3x9 with a wooden base. It's a great strop, I still use it. It's actually still one of the strops that sit beneath my sink. And because they were being cut by hand, oftentimes the pieces were, 1 or 2 millimeters off from one another, and it just was getting annoying. Then I went to the tempered glass, which was beautiful. It was awesome. Everything was perfectly straight and flat and polished, and because of the possibility of glass breaking on the way to the customer's home, I had to figure a different solution. That's where carbon fiber came in. Now, the carbon fiber plates were awesome. They were flat, they were straight, they were just beautiful, they were sexy. But the problem with carbon fiber is the cost. Now, to cover my cost and a 10% margin, I had to sell these at $35. So for the base material of my latest line of strops that I've just completed is made of plexi acrylic glass, which is awesome. The acrylic glass is straight, is flat. It is pretty resilient. I wouldn't say it's indestructible, but it's probably just as tough, if not tougher, than the carbon fiber bases. And they are 1/3 the cost of the carbon fiber bases. Then I found these legs. These are trapezoid or kind of pyramid shaped like legs. They are silicone base and they are really nice and grippy. These are pretty much non-slip on any sort of countertop you put them on, whether you're using them on glass, stainless steel, or even granite tops, or even wooden tables. They are really, really nice. So I paid a little bit extra to have all of the sides and corners of these polished so that they don't have any sort of jagged edges, and it would require some sort of sanding once you guys receive it. So for me, it was actually worth it to have these plates cut and polished at the factory level. And a number of you guys have asked about the double-sided strops. It almost doesn't make sense financially to make a double-sided strop because for only $10 more, you can have 2 strops versus one double-sided strop. And having these 8mm tall legs has 2 main benefits. The first is that obviously they stickiness. They don't slide around. You can use a strop pretty much on any surface. And by stacking them in storage, you eliminate the possibility of cross-contamination. And so I basically just dwindled down the list to just 3 leather choices at this point. I have the rolled buffalo, which is semi-gloss or semi-matte, but the really special thing about the rolled buffalo is that it's very compressed and very dense. Now, most high-quality hides like latigo and buffalo give a little bit at the surface level, so when you're stropping your knives with a micro bevel, your micro bevel actually will be affected by that giving of the leather. So the rolled buffalo, it's really dense, so it doesn't give at all. So it's really great for knives that actually have micro bevels on them. Now, latigo is a great cowhide. It's a bit more porous, but the problem with that is that when you're stropping and you have a compound on that strop, that compound will actually soak into the strop over time, and depending on how much you've used that strop and how porous the leather is, you will always have some sort of leftover from the previous compound. And so the rolled buffalo doesn't have that problem at all because it is so dense. It doesn't absorb any sort of compound, which is really great for those who want to switch up to different compounds. And if you're actually testing different compounds like myself, you don't have to actually buy a whole new strop. Now, the reason I'm keeping the equine, even though it's about 3 times the price of the rolled buffalo, is it's really great for those who want to use the strops in raw form without any sort of compounds because it has a very high concentration of silicate. It pulls off a good amount of materials from your edge after the whetstone. Now, the shell cordovan I've kept for those who really want to put like ultra high compounds on their strops, like 40,000 grit, 60,000 grit, even 100,000 grit compounds. The shell cordovan is what you will want to use. So a really quick recap, we have the rolled buffalo, which is really great for knives with micro bevels. We have the equine, which is really great for those who don't really want to use stropping compounds, even though you can. And the shell cordovan, which is for those who want to use ultra high polishing compounds. And for those who are interested, I will leave a link in the video description to my e-store. You can check them out there when you have time. Alright, well, thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next video.